I decided to put up a review for the Ideal Gas propane torch heater that you get at Northern Tool. Picked this up to try and do some shoshiban. It's a Japanese technique of cooking wood to preserve it. It's a lot more economically feasible, and it's a lot more environmentally friendly than using green treated outside, and it lasts a whole bunch longer. It's like a 90-year survival rate just by pre-burning your wood. So I went and got this. I was pretty excited to use it, put it together, hooked it up to a tank that seemed to be pretty full. It started and pulled the trigger, and really very little happened. It didn't throw out the 500,000 BTUs it's supposed to. So I got another tank, tried that. That was no difference. It would initiate and try and start, but it wouldn't really get going. And the initial heat would last less than half of a second and just fade off right away. If you pull the trigger again right away, it would be even less than that. So got another bottle of gas, hooked that up, same thing. I called up Northern Tool and they said, well, bring it down, let's see, maybe we can trade you for another one, because nobody else had talked about this. On the way, my wife was looking up reviews of these, and she saw something on a review on Amazon and gave us an idea about the check valve that's inside the hose here. It was obvious that the torch was starving of gas. It wasn't a mechanical failure issue. So we went to Northern Tool, got another one, tried it, same thing. So inside the tank end, if I get this real close right here, this is the fitting that attaches the tank. There's a check valve in this. It's a ball bearing. Initially I tried to drive it out backwards with a pin punch. That didn't work. Have to drill it out, and the hole here ends up being a 3/8 inch hole. There's a collet that's pressed in to hold the ball bearing in place, and that's a check valve to restrict it everything. So graded it up with drill bits, the last drill bit put in there, grabbed the collet, pulled it out, dumped out the ball bearing, went outside, hooked this thing up, and what a difference. It went from not doing anything to, boy, it was really heating stuff up. So I'm gonna hook this back up to the bottle and show you how all of this works. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got it all hooked up. Instructions say you want to turn this knob about 1/8 of a turn. You don't need to turn it any farther than that. This is the one with the electronic igniter. That's pretty handy. And the professional model, it's got a 30-foot hose, which allows you to move around and get everything done. So I'm going to repoint the camera over to my work over here. First I tried laying boards on the ground, and it cooked them pretty good, but it wouldn't get the edges very well. So I lift them up on some blocks, got some 2x4s underneath it. It allows the heat to flow around, it gets the edges a lot better, it does a lot better job. So I'm going to aim the camera over at the work here. We'll start this up and see how this works. Here we turn that knob till you just hear a little bit of gas coming on. Start it up, nice good flame. Walk over here to the work, and that will pump out. So there you go. Works really good. Nice good burn on those boards. Control it with just putting a little bit of pressure on the trigger. So this really works good once you modify it and make that gas flow. So enjoy.